to the Mix, where we make nutritious, holistic, and healing foods fast, fun, and easy. I'm Dr. Peter Kahn, functional medicine practitioner.
And I'm Rihanna, holistic nutritionist.
On this episode, we're going to be making a
purple potato pie
with coconut almond crust.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of very healthy and tasty and interesting ingredients.
I know, I'm super excited for this one, especially because it's going to be purple.
Yeah. Now this is continuing our holiday dessert series. So this is a healthier version of a dessert that you would, you don't have to feel miss out, but it's you're not missing out on any taste either. So let's talk about the ingredients, because we got quite a bit of ingredients here, but really if you separate it out, it's really not that complicated. We have the crust, we have the filling, and we have some herbs. That's it.
Yeah, some spices.
Yeah.
So we've made crust before on the mix, so we're going to use nuts as our base rather than anything else. And we're going to use an almond meal, but I always like mixing nuts and I always like adding more flavors, so we're actually going to put some walnuts in there too, because why not?
Yeah.
We're going to use some unsweetened coconut, because everybody loves coconut flavor.
Coconut flakes.
Yes, coconut
so it's
flakes.
going to give you that texture.
Yeah, crunchy texture. Of course, staple our coconut oil. We're going to use honey to sweeten it up. And then of course we've got our baking soda and our salt, because you got to bake with those. Now you ready for the filling?
The filling, we're going to be using the purple yam.
Yes.
So it doesn't look purple.
It doesn't look like much.
But once you shave it, on the inside it's purple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's an ube yam. So I actually ube.
Like Uber driver?
Like ube. I actually had to go to the international market to find one of these, but I was determined to make purple pie, so I went.
Now this purple yam, I would suggest that another alternative, if you have an Asian supermarket in your area, you can use taro.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Taro is basically the Asian version of purple yam, because on the inside is purple, it's got these dots in it. But the outside of the taro looks more hairy, looks more like a coconut kind of texture on the outside. So this looks more like a potato to me, but when you shave it, it's purple on the inside. Awesome, love it. So that's going to be our pie filling.
Yes.
In addition to cassava flour.
Yes, again, we're going to use cassava flour. You could use coconut flour or tapioca flour, but we wanted to use up our cassava.
Awesome. And we have lemon juice. We have sweetener here. So we have honey for the crust. And we're going to use this maple flavored
monk fruit
syrup.
Yes.
So again, monk fruit syrup is derived from monk fruit, and you can buy these in a powder form to use as a natural sweetener. This does not have any sugar content, it just tastes sweet. So this monk fruit syrup will be great for incorporating into something like a pie filling. So we're going to use this as a sweetener for the fillings.
Yeah.
We also have coconut milk, whole coconut milk, whole fat. So it's going to give you that healthy fat and that consistency and the taste from the coconut milk. And why don't you introduce some of these seasonings?
And then of course our yummy spices. We have our cinnamon, we're gonna have some clove, some allspice, and some ground ginger.
Awesome. So how do we make this? Do we start with the crust or the filling? What do we do?
So we're actually gonna make the crust first, and we're gonna let it bake for a few minutes while we make the filling. Pie is like a dance in the kitchen, And I gotta be honest with you, I know that this is a little more ingredients than we usually do, and it's a little more steps than we usually do, but I couldn't resist. How could you not have a pumpkin pie replacement?
You guys are gonna love it. It's gonna turn out purple. Like when we saw how it would turn out, we're gonna see if it's gonna turn out like that. It's gonna look amazing. So let's get to it.
Let's do it. So this is our purple ube yam. So I'm gonna peel it off. Ooh, look, you can see some of that purple coming out. And you really want to shave it down until you get to the bright purple. Look at that. That's the color our pie is gonna be. I'm so excited. All right, so I'm gonna make the crust for our purple pie. So starting with the almond meal, it calls for a cup of the almond meal, but remember I wanted to use some walnuts too. So I have a 3/4 cup of the almond meal, as well as a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking soda in there. So I'm just gonna put that in there. And then I'm also gonna put a 1/4 cup of walnuts. So I have 3/4 cup of almond meal and a 1/4 cup of crushed walnuts. I have a whole cup of our coconut unsweetened flakes. Perfect. I have a 1/4 cup of our coconut oil. and then a 1/4 cup of honey. All right, now I'm just gonna pat it into my pie pan. So many peas there. Oh, that's got a nice consistency. It's really sticky, but it definitely looks like crust. All right, so now that I've patted my crust down, I'm just gonna pop it in the oven for about 10 minutes at 350 while we mix our other ingredients. All right, so while our crust is in the oven baking, I'm gonna make the filling. Look at the inside of these purple yams. Isn't that such a beautiful color? This is why I was so excited to do this dish. So I did have to cut these up, and we boiled them for about 10 minutes to make them soft so that they're easy to blend. I don't know if you can see the steam coming off of them. But I'm just gonna combine the rest of these ingredients to make the filling for this pie. Awesome, so I started with about 2 pounds of those purple yams. I'm gonna add 3/4 of a can of whole fat coconut milk. There we go, 3/4. I have 1/2 cup of our monk fruit syrup. All right, this is our tapioca flour or our cassava flour, whichever you would like to use. This is 1.5 tablespoons of flour. And then I put all of our spices together. So I put 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. I have 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, you know, just some yummy, delicious spices. Throw those in there. Perfect. Ooh, can already smell how good it's gonna taste. And let it go. All right, look at our delicious looking pie crust. It is almost all the way baked through. It's still a little mushy in the middle, which is exactly what you want because we're gonna continue to bake it when we put the filling in. But look at this filling. This is what I'm so excited about. That is a beautiful color. I feel like anyone who sees foods on the table with this color will just have to try it just because how often do we get purple foods, right? All right, so now I'm just gonna pop it in the oven at 350 for about 45 minutes. Here we have our purple potato pie.
Ooh, that is purple.
It is purple.
Shockingly purple.
Look at how pretty that is. You can see it's very purple.
This purple potato has tons of vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, tons of potassium.
Tons of antioxidants.
It is healthy looking.
Fiber. I mean, it doesn't look so healthy, but it is healthy, right?
It looks great, so I'm gonna try it.
Let's try this.
So the top, the filling is crusty.
Yeah.
We put it in a little extra longer because we suspect that we have put in too much filling.
Yeah, the recipe called for 2 pounds of filling, but I think like 1 pound would be enough.
Yeah.
It's still kind of gooey in the middle even, but the outside is perfectly cooked.
Loving it. I like the crusty outside.
Yeah.
And the filling tastes good. I mean, you couldn't tell it's like anything weird, like a beet or something.
Yeah.
It's very...
Tastes like pie. Tastes like maybe like a sweet potato pie would.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like
sweet potato.
if you put pumpkin puree in here, it would taste like a pumpkin pie. But it's really good.
I could add some pumpkin, but it might change the color.
Yeah, then it wouldn't be as purple. But I think that would be delicious as well.
Now,
the crust is perfect.
Did you get into the crust?
I got a side crust. We got a little bit burnt on the bottom because we did have to put it in for so long, but the crust on the side adds that perfect crunchy consistency, and it's perfectly sweet but not too sweet. You know what we need? Coconut whip.
Here we go.
Perfect. I think this will make it.
A little decadence. Fire and ice.
Right.
The cold from the coconut Cool Whip.
Look at it, pretty.
And then the hot from the filling.
Mmm.
That changes it for sure.
That makes it like Christmas pie.
More decadent.
Mm-hmm.
More cheating.
More cheating. I feel like this is definitely something you would see at Thanksgiving table. Mm-hmm. And that everyone would have to try or want to try. And then after they try, you can tell them, oh, hey, this is good for you.
Yeah, you can tell them how you turned it purple.
Right.
And then afterward, do like a reveal of the recipe because they'll be shocked and you tell them how good this is for them. Mm-hmm. And you know, the filling, like I said, just by itself is great. Unfortunately, the crust did get a little burnt, so I'm not able to tell you how good that's going to be. But I would say definitely use half the amount of purple potato that we use, so that it'll just turn out just perfect. Or maybe even a, I don't know, smaller dish, I guess.
Maybe a smaller recipe in general. Enjoy your purple potato pie, guys.
Next time.